Hello, this is Joe Nicasio, RapidResultsPublicity.com, and I only have a few minutes because I'm off to an appointment, but I did want to share with you a little bit about this concept of the order form, which is probably your best friend for making more money. And the reason why is every time you fill out an order form, you're making a sale. But an order form is two things. It's a marketing tool on the one hand. On the other hand, it is a legal document, so it's a contract. So there's order forms, there's contracts from a legal point of view, and there's contracts from a marketing point of view. So what I'm going to talk to you today is about order forms from a marketing point of view, and please consult your attorney from a legal point of view what you're covering. So from a legal point of view, and I'm not an attorney, so the key is that you're making your agreements clear. Okay. From a marketing point of view, you want to still make it clear, but you want to make it friendly and inviting so that people understand and make a wise decision to go ahead and purchase what it is you have to offer. And many order forms, unfortunately, come across too legalese, too much language, so it's intimidating, and people, I believe, lose sales because their order form does not blend the combination of the legal requirements with the friendliness of the sales side of explaining why this is a win-win situation. So I have an agreement. You probably can't read this very well, but if you go to RapidResultsPublicity.com, you can see an example of an agreement that I use that quite frankly helps me close more sales because it makes it real clear the service that I offer. So again, your agreement, and this is very difficult to read here, but you can go to RapidResultsPublicity.com, click agreement. You can download this as a PDF file. But our agreement for our coaching program, the first thing is it talks about what the coach provides, what you provide. And this is really important because people need to know what they're going to get when they spend money with you, when they retain you for your services. And this really makes life a lot easier because when you have a standardized order form with standardized packages, then you have consistent packaging. You're systematic in the way that you sell, so that you can sell in a package that makes sense consistently instead of having to come up with a fresh agreement for every single person that comes along. Now, another thing that makes our agreement work really well is the fact that in addition to our responsibilities, we have the trainees' responsibilities. Because what really makes our program work is the concept of accountability. When you have a job, you have a boss, and somebody holds you accountable. Your boss holds you accountable to do your job. Well, in the case of business owners with our coaching program, who holds the boss accountable? Well, so in our coaching program, we provide the coaching, but you the business owner, you need to do your part. How many times have you ever been in agreement with somebody where you did their part, you did your part, but they didn't do their part? So by making it real clear in your agreement what the client's responsibilities are, it helps manage expectations. People know exactly what they're supposed to do, what they're going to get, and what they're supposed to do. And then there's just some standard things that the coach is an independent contractor, and then you have your tuition options. So, in the case of this particular program, I like to be flexible. So I have a monthly payment program so that people can pay over 12 months, but I also offer generous discounts for payment in full up front. So by giving people payment options, you're making it more inclusive to open up more people to have access to your program. And if they pay a big giant price, they may not be able to get into the program, but by breaking into monthly payments, it makes it more accessible to more people. And then the next part of the agreement is the guarantee. One of the ways to get more sales is to simply make sure that you lower the risk for people. if people have more to win than to lose, if they have nothing to lose, if they have everything to gain, then they're more likely to act. In the case of our program, the Principle-Centered Marketing Coaching Program, we have a double guarantee, and when people read the agreement, when they take the time to go through the agreement, okay, there's clarity as to why this is a win-win situation. And so when you articulate in writing why it's a win-win situation, this is when your order form becomes your friend, because it gets beyond the sales letter. Like, you can go to rapidresultspublicity.com and you can read the web page there, and it explains all about the coaching program. So they're informed, they're educated. You know, there's testimonials, there's a lot of information that it's not necessary from an agreement point of view. So the agreement strips it down so that people get the essential information. Here's the program. Here's what the coach will provide. Here's your responsibilities. Here's how to. Here's the terms of payment. Here's the guarantee. Here's why you win when you get into this program. Here's the consequences of if you don't do your part. And then the final part here is not the second to the final part here is cancellations, termination, holds, or refunds. So, in the case that somebody doesn't do their part, then these are the ways that the client can back out, or we, the coach, can back out if the situation is eroding from something that's not a win-win. Fortunately, with this particular program, we've never had to give a refund on it. Everybody that goes through it's happier because they make more money. They get more customers who spend more money more often, and so we have pretty much an incredibly impeccable track record with our customers, not only making more money, but they become our friends. We help them make more money, and we work. The coaching is over a 6-month period of time. So, and then the final part is the part where you actually gather the details of the credit card information or the check information, the payment information, address, and that, so that once somebody signs up for the program, where do we send our materials to, etc. So, in summary, this is just an example. This is an example of an order form. Of course, every business you're going to create a different order form, but your order form is it's a sales tool. It closes the sale. It makes everything crystal clear so that the customer knows exactly why and how they're going to win, and it's your best friend. Every time you fill out an order form, you're making more money. And so I'd like to encourage you to learn more about order forms. And one of the ways you can do that, of course, is to sign up for the Principle-Centered Marketing Coaching Program. So if you want more information, go to rapidresultspublicity.com. This is Joe Nicasio. I'm at 562-961-3976. If you want any more information about the coaching program, please pick up the phone, give me a call, and have a prosperous day.